Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. Remember, for more on our top stories, visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Just log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have the eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share. Residents of Calabar, the Cross River State capital, may soon begin to enjoy 24 hours internet service through its Smart City project. The internet project, which will ensure availability of cheap Wi-Fi services everywhere in Calabar, is in line with the federal government's policy on digitization. According to Governor Ben Ayade, the digital cloud will provide the capacity to get information with ease and comfort, boosting research and academic works.
Information and communication technology remains a critical part of everyday life and one of the key pillars of a knowledge-based economy that promotes growth and development. And Cross River State has decided to tap into it with its Smart City project aimed at increasing internet access across the state. From one end of the metropolis to another, work is ongoing by engineers putting finishing touches to the already laid fabric optic cables, working to meet the deadline before the Calabar Carnival.
For education, we have smart connected education systems. For health, there will be smart health systems. You notice that one of the hub sites is located at General Hospital in Calabar. So we're already taking General Hospital as the pilot for the health scheme. So it'll be smart and connected health system. There will be smart security. The access point that you'll be seeing coming up from end of the week along these areas for the Wi-Fi hotspots have PoE terminals that will be able to plug in the cameras when that phase comes on.
When completed, homes, hospitals, hotels and even schools will be connected to the internet. It's an initiative residents, especially the youth, are waiting for.
I'm very excited. I can't wait to be online, Have one of the best internet services in the whole world. And I can compete with all of my friends, even in the UK. I can have internet services even in Tinapa or in Calabar South.
It will be less for us in the sense that we don't need to buy so much of data anymore.
For Governor Ayade, the intelligent world is driving the digital transformation of every industry and sector. He believes this will enhance governance and support other strategic sectors, thereby propelling development in the state.
Cross River State is providing you a new thinking that as we lead in the tourism, we also want to lead in the industrialization process. Besides, we have a very huge, massive young population. Of the 4 million people in Cross River, close to 60% of that are within the young age. We are very excited about seeking knowledge, aggressively looking for new entertainment and content. The age for information technology has come. The need for digital migration has become very imperative and compelling.
Apart from providing internet services, the Smart City project is also expected to enhance security across the state.
From digitization to the environment, an environmental rights group in the Niger Delta has criticized the federal government for paying lip service to the Ogoni cleanup project. According to the Center for Peace and Environmental Justice, nothing is currently on ground to show that government is serious about its promises to keep the environment clean. At a press conference in Abuja, the group described government's promises to clean up Ogoni land as merely political, without the will to execute.
The underdevelopment, environmental and security situation in the country continues to worsen. For instance, the much publicized Ogoni cleanup is yet to meaningfully take off. The entire environment of the people has been bastardized. While government is making all necessary arrangements to say they want to clean up Ogoni, they should also think of the livelihood of the people. When we visit, some of us, when we visit Ogoni, there is nothing to talk about. Sometimes I am worried when we only see it on the media that the government is moving on the right direction. Sometimes they are not moving on the right direction. I need to be safe. I need to be frank on it. They are not doing anything much about the Ogoni cleanup. It's just like trying to use it to gain political score, especially international recognition. If not, I can tell you to visit Ogoni, and you will see that governments have not done anything tangible for us to say they are working towards the right direction.
Now, staff of the National Insurance Commission have begun a 3-day warning strike in protest against what they describe as unfair treatment from the management of the commission. The workers barricaded the entrance of the commission's head office in Abuja with placards calling for the immediate dismissal of the commissioner. Other demands that the protesters are making include payment of arrears of allowances to members and an improvement in the working environment.
This building you see behind me here had been turned by Mohammed Kari into slave camp. The workers here don't have work tools. They don't have a special vehicle. They don't have internet. They don't have any communication gadget to ensure that they do their supervisory work diligently. And when the matter came up, especially when the worker now feel that the man has turned the place into his own personal estate, which is now trying to make dry, because the man just uses the fund as if he's the owner of the NAICOM. We brought the matter before the Minister of Labour and Employment in line with the Trade Dispute Act, that the matter should be looked into and that the man should be cautioned. Among the things that we told the Minister of Labour is that the administrative structure of NAICOM has collapsed. Nothing is working in NAICOM. So we are now demanding that Kari must go and that he must face prosecution for what he had done against the Nigeria state. And that if, after the expiration of this 3 days warning strike, nothing is done about the removal of Kari, then this 3 days warning strike shall snowball into indefinite strike action. And if after the commencement of indefinite strike action that nothing yet is done about him, then other agencies in solidarity shall join their brothers in NAICOM to press home the demand for the removal of Kari as the chief executive of NAICOM, and also for the disbursement of the slave camp that this man have set up to enslave the workers in NAICOM Commission.
Well, to react to these allegations, we are joined on the program by the company's Director of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Razak Salami. Thank you for your time. All right, Mr. Salami, what's your reaction to the warning strike by some members of staff of the organization who allege poor working environment?
What is happening is unfortunate. Unfortunately, that is happening. That happens. I'm not aware of any allowance that is being wounded in staff. But I'm not aware of that as well. Corruption is not something you just allege that proof. If there is corruption, then appropriate authority will take charge. But I'm just getting to hear the reasons for the protest from you, which were not known to me before now. Of course, NAICOM will take appropriate action to ensure that everything is brought to normal.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Razak Salami, the Director of Corporate Affairs of the National Insurance Commission. Moving on now, the Niger State Governor, Abubakar Bello, says there are no plans to sack primary school teachers in the state. Governor Bello gave the assurance while inspecting the newly established Niger State Professional Teachers Development Institute in Muyan local government area. The governor's statement follows stories making rounds that the state government is planning to reduce the number of teachers.
A lot of teachers with fake certificates, and overnight I got all sorts of abuses on Facebook, probably because they thought I was going through the Cardinal State style. We're not going to, our own is different. We're not going to sack anyone. What we'll do, we'll retrain them. And those ones that cannot be trained, we'll send them back to school.
Governor of Niger State, Abubakar Bello. Still ahead on the program, Enugu State government set to clamp down on baby-making factories in the state. Join us again.